And we are back again. It's your guys, it's Frankly Football. I am your humble host, Brandon, and I got my man with me. How you doing tonight, Chris?
Hey man, listen, man, it is so much fun, man, getting here and talking about this 2021 Dallas Cowboys football team. And tomorrow, man, the proof is in the pudding. You know,
Yes, sir.
I didn't play football, I loved it, but I used to I played basketball, and so
Mhm.
everybody's cool when we run in sprints. Everybody's cool when we doing right hand layup, left hand layup. Everybody's cool when you doing the 3-man weave, but it don't get down to the nitty gritty. The proof ain't in the pudding, right? Until you start
Yep,
scrimmaging, you start banging big
absolutely.
bodies. You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow, man, our beloved Cowboys do the one thing that we all love to see, man. They put the pads on. Click clack. Let's protect this house tomorrow, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that brings us to the theme of our video. Who are you really excited to see tomorrow once the pads come on? And to
Man,
bring context, tomorrow is Wednesday the 28th.
uh, man, I'm looking. I've never been more excited to see an entire defense put the pads on and go against this vaunted, healthy Dallas Cowboy line. So I'm looking to see
Yep.
how Randy Gregory, Odigi Zua, uh, Chauncey Golston, Quinn
hmm
Bohanna,
But we can't
Neville
see Chauncey
Gallimore.
Golston yet. Is the issue?
Uh,
Chauncey's on
uh,
pup.
so anybody who ain't on pup, anybody that's on defense, I want to see. I want to see how Bradley and not plays tomorrow. I want to see all the guys on the defensive line how they work against uh, you know uh, Lyle Collins, how they work against Tyron Smith, how they work against Tyler Biadasz on the inside. I'm looking how the defensive and offensive lines work tomorrow. That's what I'm excited to see tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Let's start with the first guy because that was number one on my list. Randy Gregory.
Whew.
Um, I don't think that there is a defensive player up front that I'm more excited about. Of course, we needed coming into the draft anyway. Uh, D tackle help, but man, it's hard not to be excited about Randy Gregory more than anyone else, just because he doesn't have all of these barricades in his way anymore. You know, so I want to see him against Tyron and Lyell. Now that Lyell has slimmed down, he put down the beignets for a season. Um, he he
Yeah.
he had really a full season. Thankfully, because don't get me wrong. It would have been nice to have Lyell last year, but there was so much wrong. In the grand scheme of things, that he got to take the year off and just get totally healthy. Great. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so we get to see him up against Lyell, a fully healthy Lyell, against Tyron as healthy as he's gonna be. If you want to put him against one of those guards, against Zach, against Connor Williams, you know, have at it. I want to see Randy Gregory against everybody. I'm gonna be reloading my Twitter feed as much as possible so I can see as many Randy Gregory highlights as possible.
Yeah, I think if you get a chance to see him, and you're right. Um, I think especially I want to see him against Lyle Collins because going into 2020, Lyle Collins was coming off 2019 as like one of the best right tackles in football. I was expecting him to be
Yeah,
a Pro Bowler and go and be fighting for maybe second or third team All Pro, and for him to
yeah,
have the setback with his body and with his hip, and to see him
yep.
be able to get back and still keep his same strength but slim down and keep his quickness, I definitely want to be
He
able to
had
see
a
that.
setback with
But
catfish. He had
yeah,
a
man, I mean, but
setback with fried
but man,
catfish
it's
and
so delicious.
cornbread and
Yeah.
beignets.
Hey man, that's good eating down there, man. That's good eating. So I don't get mad at him for that. I'm glad he was able to understand, hey, what he needs to do. So seeing Randy Gregory to go against this line and continue to progress where he is, I'm definitely excited to see him. I'm excited to see how these interior guys work, man. I really want to see if there's an improvement inside because we've talked about this before. You earn the right to rush the passer. So
Yes,
how are these young guys working? How they get how's Neville Gallimore? How's he progressing? How is
yeah.
Tyler Biadasz progressing? Because if I
Oh,
can get
absolutely.
Tyler Biadasz to show me glimpses of being a competent, solid center, then I get my third guy from Wisconsin coming to the Cowboys going all the way back to Andre Gerard, to Travis Frederick, to Tyler Biadasz, holding down my offensive line. That's what I'm looking for.
I 100% agree. I absolutely agree. Man, when it comes to these interior defensive guys, you know, I'm really excited about our two rookies, Odigizua and Quentin Bohanna. Just because you know how our interior defense really needed help last year.
Yes.
Brent Urban and
Yes.
Carlos Watkins, I believe, has been taking a lot of the reps with the ones. So I'm hoping that they can crack a rep or two with the ones. Or maybe we'll see them with the twos. However it plays out, I'm definitely going to be looking out for them, you know. But yeah, I'm definitely looking to see something with them, just because the big guys need love. The interior, I mean, especially come game time, you're going to be seeing something from them.
Yeah, Brandon, you're spot on with that. I think what you're just referring to is that rotation. I think what we ended up having in 2020, we were looking for Tristan Hill to make a move, and he did. He showed us flashes.
He did. He just got hurt.
He got hurt, and then Neville came in and played, and he showed flashes. So that next year, coming into year two, I just think that magical peanut butter we've always talked about is going to be able to help Neville get better. I think the most important signing in free agency is Brent Urban. Brent Urban brings a toughness, a professionalism, and just a tenacity inside to that run game. And when you have him with, finding out what you can get with between Bohanna and Carlos Watkins, figuring we can get snaps there. If you can get a 4 or 5 man rotation inside, that's great. You find out what Bradley and I can do, find out what Basham can do, find out, this offensive line, the trenches is going to be so exciting to see.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing that tomorrow. On the outside, we've been seeing this, back and forth with the wide receivers and the cornerbacks, with the Calvin Josephs, with Boston Fat, with Michael Gallup, with CeeDee Lamb, with Trayvon Diggs. We're seeing that. But what I want to be able to see is, can this defensive line get after the quarterback? And if they can, that's going to open up holes for other guys to make plays. That's going to open up holes for Micah Parsons to make plays. It's going to open up lanes for Leighton Vander Esch to make plays. It's going to open up lanes for, the odd man out, Jalen Smith, to even show glimpses of what he can do. I know that look on your face.
He's making the team, but I mean,
he gonna make the team because he done bought all the jerseys and because of that contract.
Exactly.
But I want him to be able. I want the addition of these guys up front to help us get back to 2018 form of Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith, when we thought those guys were two of the best young linebackers in football. And that's what I want to see tomorrow. I want to see my defensive line open up holes, cause havoc, and give my guys up, my linebackers and my secondary the opportunity to make plays.
Yeah, and I think that your linebacker rotation is going to be crazy. So when you get to see, and when I say see, of course they're going to be very vanilla with it. You're going to see Micah Parsons all over the place. The packages, they're going to keep the hands hidden. The playbook is going to be, just ever so slightly opened up. But I'm definitely excited to see him get the chance to move around. Not enough to, hurt a hammy or anything like that. But I'm really excited to see him, get to burn off some of that energy. I'm excited to see. I'm also excited to see how they kind of use Keanu Neal in that hybrid role. He's one of those guys that I'd love to see the versatility come into play. Jalen Smith is going to be clapping a lot. I hope that Leighton Vander Esch has his new supply of vibranium in for his neck. We got a lot to see in the linebacker.
We like to use analogies here on Franklin football, and we done shot dice in the bathroom, but being a former Navy, a veteran and a proud Navy man, one of the games we play more than anything else, man, is spades. And sometimes, man, you can see my hand, bro, but you can't play it. And I'm just under the mindset. I keep thinking about this, and we'll probably dissect this a little bit more in another video. The one thing people knock Atlanta for in that Super Bowl is being up 25-3.
28-3.
28, forgive me, my brother, 28-3. And instead of them keeping the foot down, putting the pedal with that defense to continue to make plays or their offense to make plays, they kind of try to play against the clock and run the clock out. The next time you saw a team get in the Super Bowl against New England, just follow me on this, people saw that you had to keep your foot down with the defense on top of
as you should.
As you should. I think Dan Quinn has learned that, and I don't think Dan Quinn with superior talent that he now has. I think he has better talent now in Dallas than he had on that Atlanta football team defensively, and that's with a young, unfazed Keanu O'Neal. I think and guys like that. I think, man, he's gonna unleash. So I don't think he's worried about how he shows his hand. I don't think he cares about how he shows his hand. I think he's gonna say, "This is the hand I got. You try to figure out how to beat it." But I think if you can get pressure with what I've understood is, if you can get pressure with 4, occasionally with 5, and you got guys who
can do whatever you want.
Do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. Because at the end of the day, a healthy Leighton Vander Esch can still play at a high level in this league.
Absolutely.
Untouched Micah Parsons be able to run
can wreak havoc.
Can wreak havoc, right? Jalen Smith, no matter what it is, if he can see ball and just run and not have to think a lot and just go run and do one or two things, is a problem for any defense. So, and if he ain't got to run and have to cover guys because he's got a healthy Leighton Vander Esch or he's got a Micah Parsons, he can be an asset as well. So my biggest thing I want to see is how this defensive line, those 4, 5, 6 guys up front, do their job to let guys run and make plays. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing.
I'd love to see it. I would definitely love to see it. And it all starts tomorrow. It's definitely it's page 1 in the new season. Moving on past that, we get the Hall of Fame game in like a week and a half past that against the Steelers on August 5th. So
right.
We'll definitely get to see it come to fruition.
Yeah, man, we'll get a chance to kind of we'll get an in-depth look to all that. We'll get to see the Hall of Fame game. We get 3 games, and we get right back into football. But what we want to be able to get back into, man, is that we want you to continue to follow us and interact with us. Make sure you leave a comment. What are you looking forward to seeing this year in training camp once the pads come on? Do you want to see how Rand Dakota looks? Do you want to see if Zeke looks good in inside fits, if he doesn't lose power? You want to see how Tony Pollard works out here with pads on, making people miss. You want to see if Donovan Wilson is just not a heat-seeking missile, but he can still lay the wood, but also be an asset to this team. Let us know what you think. Make sure you drop a comment to us. We love interacting with you. We'll reach out to you. We'll comment and reply back and get this thing going. But if you've been with us this long, man, you might as well hit the join button, man. You might as well subscribe. If you've been here this long, you might as well shoot a brother a like, man. Just holler at us.
We deserve it. We deserve it.
Yeah. And don't forget, man, to share it out to your other friends and say, yo, man, Chris don't know what the heck you talking about. Yo, Brandon's waves is looking crazy. Whatever it is, man. But make sure you shoot us out, man. But listen, man, I am Set It Off Chris, man.
And I'm Brandon. This has been Frankly Football. Peace.